Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be making boxer. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side. Okay, so the measurement we need is our hip measurements and our and the length that we need. Okay, so now let's get into it. So I'll be using small elastic for the band. So the length, I want the length to be 15. Okay, the length will be 15 plus 1 inch to sew it down. Okay, so that will be 16 to turn it at the downside. So that is 16. So I'll be adding to elastic. I'll be adding 1.5 inches elastic to it. Okay, so everything that I need is 16. So out of that 16, I will take 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch for elastic. Okay, so this is where it is started. It will start. So this is our starting point. From here to here is 1.5. That is where our elastic, we will put our elastic because it's a small elastic. But if we are using like 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2-inch elastic, we can just join it at the top here. Okay, so how to get our crush? The hip is 40. Okay, so I want it to be a little bit loose. Okay, so I'll be adding 1.5 to 2 inches to it. So the hip is 40. So I will add, if you have 2 inches to it, 40 divided by 4, that is 10. So if we have 2 inches to it, that is 12, right? So we'll place our 12 this way. Here, so this is our 12 here. Okay, this is our 12 here. So to get our crush, right? Our crush is the hip divided by 4. And the hip is 10, okay? So we had 1 inch. The hip is 40 divided by 4, that is 10. So we had 1 inch to it, that is 11, right? So this is our crush here, 11. So let us remember to put the hip and how wide we want it. That is 12. The hip is 12, right? So I want it to be a bit free. So that is, I had 2 inches to it. That is 12. No, we still join it at the side. So everything, so I just make it 2 inches. So make it that way, and we just like so. Here we had 2 inches here, or 2.5 inch. Okay, so let's add 2 inch here. So just make a cuff here, freehand cuff, like the way you do your armhole. Okay, so for the down part, how do you want the down part to be? Do you want to sew it at the side here? Maybe you want to fold it at the edge here, or you want to just sew everything. So I'm sewing everything. So I want the downside to be 11, and you can put your tie measurement here. Okay, so I want it to be 11.5 here. So just cuff it down. So that's our fabric. So we just need to cut it out. So let me explain one more time. So the length of this is 16. Okay, The length is 16. It's 16. So out of that 16, I take out 1.5 inch for elastic because I will just roll it inside. Okay, so I take the rest. Okay, it's 16.5. I didn't count this. Okay, I make it 16.5. Can you see? So 16.5. So the hip is 40 divided by 4, that is 10. Okay, but I want it to be a little bit free, so I added 2 inches to it. So that is why this side is what? Is 12. So how to get the crush? You need to come down. Okay, hip divided by 4, and you add 1 inch to it. That is where we get 11 here. Okay, so from that 11 we extend it to by 2 inches. So we now cuff it down, and this will be your how you want your tie to be. Okay, this side. Okay, so I make my 11.5. So let's cut it out. You just make a cuff, freehand cuff here. So let's cut it out. So I will notch where I want the elastic to be. Okay. Here I will notch here. So this side I will cut this to use it as a flap, and you can cut it together. Okay, get 2.5. So just to turn the okay. So let's just put this aside first. So for the flap, remember we cut this 2.5. Okay, so I'll just place it with the side. Remember this 1.5 is this is 1.5 is for the elastic, right? So I'll start from here. So just mark like 7 inches here. 7.5. Okay. So I will join this. So I'll cut this off. Okay. So we have this now. Okay. So what I will do is I'll fold this into 2 this way, and I will sew. I will sew it here down. Okay, and do the same thing to the next side. So let's cut the back now. So that we just cut the front, so remain the back now. So let's cut the back. So we use this to cut the back. Just place it. Okay. So when we're placing it, we leave like 3 inches here. Okay. Like 3 inches. And if you want to make it 3.5, So here we leave like 3 inches, okay? We have 3 inches here. So here I have like 1.5 here at the under here. Just round 1.5, and here is 3 inches, okay? So we connect. Connect it. Okay. So we connect it here. We can have like 1.5 to okay, 1.5. So that is where we just 1.5 here to the top. So we connect. Okay. So we connect it. So for this is the back, right? So we can just put 1 inch here. We have buttons, okay? I'll just put it away and cut it out. We'll cut it out. So we have it ready now. So the first thing we do this part is just, this is the back, right? So just place the wrong side like this. Place the two wrong side. So we sew this first. Just sew it to here. Okay? Just sew from here to here and you stop. Okay? So for the front, like I said, this is the front. You fold this into 2. Okay? And you just attach it here. Okay? You attach it. And you sew it down here. Just make it a straight. And this side too. Apply to the second side too. So I reduce the flap here. Okay, remember we have 1.5 up here. So everything is just 7 inches. So I cuff it at the down here. The same length, I just made this straight. Okay, and I already sewed the back. Remember the back? So just sew from here to here. Okay, so this now we place it. Remember I've sewed it. It's like this now. So just place it this way. Okay, you want this to be under and just this will be on it. Let's use pin to hold it together. So we use pin to hold this together. Okay, so now we're going to turn it and make sure we can sew, okay, because this place will be open, and you can put buttonhole here, buttonhole. So just make a stitch like this, okay, push this inside like this, and you sew. So push this inside and we sew. Okay, so we now turn it this way and we sew from here to this place, like we did to the back, and we sew from here to this place. So to make it easier, the first thing I did was I sew here, okay, I first sew the side. So later on I just make a stitch, make the second stitch here, okay. So let's put our fabric together now, the right side facing each other, okay. So remember this. So the next thing is to sew here, okay. It's not equal, but we need to just try to fix this in, okay. As you're sewing, you just be pulling this and you'll be pushing this inside so that it can fit here, okay. So after that we will sew the side. So from the top to the down, try to push it together too, okay, and the other side. So later we attach the elastic. So now I've joined it here, okay, I've joined it at the down side here. So the next thing that we do, and I join it at the side too, and here, okay. So the next thing, if you have zigzag or surgeon, you can do these parts, which I will still do. So now the time this part is to put the elastic. So because I'm using small elastic, but if you have big elastic, you know, you can just measure your hip and your waist and subtract it. So let me use this as an example. So if you want to attach it, you just put it one here, put the elastic here, and you just make the next one here and the next one here. You know, it will be gathered together, squeezed together, so that you can have evenly, it can spread evenly, okay. So now I will just fold in my 1.5 this way. For now I don't have big elastic, I'm supposed to use big elastic, so I just fold it in, okay, and I will pass around my elastic. So now I've sewed it all around, okay. So now I'll put in my elastic. So I leave an opening here, like 1.5 inch. So after I've passed my elastic, I will close it up. Yeah. So now I've put the elastic, I will just tie it up, retie it, okay. You can stitch it if you want. So now our boxer is ready. Can you see? It's beautiful. So I use cotton material. Can you see the back? So you can reduce, you can add more if you want. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and like.